Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm coming to you with some human hair crochet and I'm super excited about it because this is the first time I'm actually trying human hair crochet. These crochet has some elastic band for the loop, so it's pretty interesting. I'm going to be trying to hide the loop in this look, so if you guys want to see how I achieve that, please keep watching. So the hair I'll be using for this look is the Shake and Go Naked Crochet. It's 100% human hair. I'll be using two different lengths. So this hair, you can bleach it, you can dye it, you can perm it. It's pre-looped because it's crochet, obviously, pre-loop type, and it's in the style water curl. So I have 8 inches and I also have 10 inches as well, and it's in the color natural. So like I mentioned earlier, the pre-loop is actually an elastic band. It's not like your regular synthetic crochet hair where you actually have the hair as the pre-loop. This one is an elastic band, and it seems to me like they took a track, like a weaving track, cut it up in pieces and just like sewn it on in a little circle around the elastic band. That's what it seems like to me, and I mean, it's understandable because it is human hair. Human hair is a lot softer than synthetic hair, so it's a little bit harder to, you know, get that pre-loop going, but they did it with this, and I'm gonna try to hide that elastic band for you guys. Now my hair is already washed and moisturized from the night before. I just put it into some big twists, and I'm gonna go ahead and start braiding my hair. Now I'm gonna braid it all the way back, but at the middle up top I'm gonna do some anchor braids. I don't know what you call those. I don't think that's anchor braids. I think anchor braids is the one that's at like right around the edges. I'm gonna do some fork braid. That's where you have 2 braids or 3, and you actually bring that into one at the back, if that makes sense. It's like 2 braids at the front, and then I joined it into 1 braid going down at the back. So that's basically what I'm gonna do up top. You guys are gonna see my braid pattern. So once I was done, I decided to lay my little bitty edges down first, and this is the edge control that I use. I always use this edge control, you guys. I have a lot of different flavors, should I say, because they smell different. They have, like, you know, different fruity smells and stuff like that. I always use that edge control. I have like a lot of them and I run out pretty fast because I use them literally every day. But I also used the ORS hold and spray to spray my edges down. I prefer to use that one because it's infused with castor oil, so I think it's a bit softer on your edges than the got to be glued spray. It's less alcohol, I think, so that's why I prefer to use that one on my natural hair. And of course you also need your crochet hook to achieve this look. All right, but I went ahead and showed you guys my braid pattern. I just pretty much braided all the way back. I did the anchor braid at the back, as you guys saw, and then up front I did the fork braids, as you see, like up to the top. That way I can give it a center part, a side part, like a right side part or a left side part. I know for a fact that I was gonna do a center part, but I just decided to make it that way just in case I decided to switch it up after I was done. But anyway, that little loose end that I had at the back, just one little loose end, I took my crochet hook and I basically pulled the loose end into the cornrows. That way it's like hidden into there and I don't have to use any thread in order to like sew it down and stuff like that. So that's what I did to hide the ends of my hair. So that's the 10-inch and 8-inch here in comparison to each other. That's how it looks. Now I just started off with the 8-inch because I kind of wanted it all the same length, but then it ended up turning out in layers anyway. But I started off with the 8-inch and I just went all the way up. I crocheted just like you would crochet any other here, and I only did one knot. So once you're gonna loop it through, you're gonna do one knot. You don't have to do it 2 times, 3 times. With the elastic band, to me, I think it's secured. It makes it a lot more secure. So once you do it once you loop it through once, it's actually there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to come out. That's one of the pros of this. Now, one of the cons is that it shows, and once you see that elastic band, I don't know, to me it looks kind of weird just looking at that elastic band on your hair. That's why you have to try your best to hide that, in my opinion. And I'm gonna show you guys that at the end. So I'm gonna speed through the back, which didn't take me long at all, and then I'm gonna slow it down when I get to the top when I'm hiding the knots, because at the back you don't have to hide the knots because you're not gonna see that, everything is covered, but up top you definitely have to hide those knots. So this was one pack of the 8-inch braid. I decided to do 2 packs of 8-inch, and this was the second pack at the end of the second pack. And once I was done with that, I just went in with 10 inches all the way through. So I used 5 packs in total. I used 2 packs of the 8 inches, and then I used 3 packs of 10 inches up top. Now, some of the pros of using a human hair crochet is that, first of all, it's a very easy application with the elastic band. It's pre-looped, so it just makes everything super easy. The hair is very, very soft. I mean, you can't get that wrong. It's human hair that you can bleach and dye and stuff like that, so you know it's very soft. It can last you a longer time because you can wash it and reuse it, you know, condition it and stuff like that. But one of the cons is definitely that elastic band again, because you get to see that elastic band and it looks kind of crazy, so you have to try a little extra hard just to hide that. And I think that's the only con I have about this, to be honest. So this method of hiding the knots I got from Beauty Can Braid's channel, and I'm gonna attempt to explain it to you guys. Hopefully you understand when I explain. So basically, you're gonna start crocheting like your regular crochet. You're gonna push the crochet hook through underneath your cornrow, hook that elastic band onto it, close the latch hook, pull it through, and then you're gonna take the same latch hook and pull the hair through that loop. Okay, so once you pull the hair through that loop, that's your regular crochet. That's what I've been doing the entire time. But for this, you're gonna push the crochet hook under your cornrow again a second time, and then you're gonna hook the hair, that same hair, onto it. Make sure you close the latch hook and pull it through and just let it hang over. So it's basically gonna hang over the knot, so it's gonna hide that knot up top. So I'm going to show you guys one more time and then I'll just speed through it. But basically, you're going to crochet like you regularly crochet your hair, like you've been crocheting your entire head. So you're going to just crochet it down. Okay, so you hook that elastic band onto the crochet hook, you pull that through, you pull the hair through the loop, so you have your regular crochet, and then you're going to push the crochet hook under your cornrow, like anywhere next to that crochet that you just made. Push the hook underneath there, and then you're going to just pull that hair through. So that's going to hide the knots up top. Okay, it's just going to cover it, hide it, you know, so you don't see that elastic band. but this hair is very curly, you guys, so it was kind of like flipping up, but don't worry about it. Once you pull it down, it will stay down. I just sprayed some water in it afterwards and it was good, it stayed down. So you can see the difference between the elastic band showing at the bottom and where I covered it up top. It looks a little bit better, a little bit more presentable to the eyes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that up top. I actually took 2 hours in total to do my entire head, like the whole braid pattern and everything, but I think the braid pattern took me the longest, and the next thing that took me the longest was that part that's closing up top, that last part that I'm doing right now, because I got a little bit frustrated. Guys, you have to be very careful. The more I crocheted onto that cornrow, the more that cornrow got a little bit looser. So once I was trying to like cover that that elastic band, it was, I don't know, it's like the whole thing was just pulling through the cornrow because the cornrow was a little bit loose. So it gave me a little bit of trouble and I was really frustrated with it. So just be very careful. It's easy, but it's a little bit more tricky than you would think. So you just have to be very careful once you're doing that part. Thank God you don't have to do this on the entire head. It's just that little part where everyone is gonna see. So once I was done, this is what it looked like. It's not perfect because I did mess up a little bit right there where I'm pointing. I messed up, but it's still a little bit better. Well, I should say a lot better than seeing the knot or seeing the elastic band underneath. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about. You see that? That's not cute. That's not cute at all. So doing the covering the knots is a lot better. Okay, so I would suggest that you do that if you're going to try this look. So I just went ahead, I sprayed some water into it, I trimmed it down a little bit. At the end I noticed that I should have trimmed it down at the back once, but I only noticed that once I turned around afterwards. Well, actually editing this video right now, that's when I noticed I was supposed to trim the back a little bit. But nevertheless, it's still a cute style. I mean, you could make it into a side part, you can pull it up on the sides, you can do so much with this, but once you're gonna wear it down, make sure that your knots are covered. Okay, so that was pretty much it actually. Let me know what you think about this hair. Let me know what you think about the hairstyle. Have you ever tried human hair crochet before, or were you thinking of trying it but you don't know how to hide the knots? Just look on YouTube, guys. There's so many videos showing you how to hide the knots on this. So and as I was playing around with the hair afterwards, I noticed that, oh wow, I can make it into a bang. So I decided to cut some bangs into it, and then I didn't like it, so I just pulled it back to the side. I mean, you can play around with the hair. Like I said, you can try different styles with it, but yeah, that's what I did. Let me know what you think about the hair, guys, down below. I will link every single thing that I used in this video in the description box down below, just in case you're interested, so make sure to check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and like I said, leave your opinions and your comments down below, and I'll see you guys next week for another braided hair tutorial.